Welcome, everybody. Another edition of the Stretch Run. We are starting late today. Apologies. I had some work stuff I had to handle for the day job, but we are on. Keeneland is closing. It's been an amazing meet, great racing, crazy day today if you've been following. Guest host Chris Walsh with me here. Oldie's still out, obviously doing family stuff with his daughter. Chris, welcome. We at Keeneland late pick 4 here in 7 minutes. I'm playing against Warlike Goddess because I think Irad's going to try to steal it on the front end. We will see what happens. Pace makes the race. That's my opinion here. And I'm just spreading all over and throwing some favorites out. So that's my ticket there if anybody wants to see it. But how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I actually got to meet Oldie for the first time in 3D on Wednesday at Epcot in Florida, of all places, because that's where he is with the cheer team and whatnot. And I was over there for my wife's birthday, and he and I were able to hook up for about 20 minutes and pound a beer. So it was good to press the flesh and see him in person and chat a little bit before we had to go our separate ways. But happy to be with you here today. It's kind of a crazy set of races we have today, and I think the rain kind of screwed up a lot of things that we were talking about midweek. So we'll see how things go here, and we'll try and find some winners and make a buck or two.
It's been crazy. Like earlier, I guess you know what I should do. Let me duplicate here, and I mean the one horse just won EquinEdge long shot. It was what 17-1. Yeah, that was wild. Landeros came flying, man. That horse was like, I was watching it. I was on a meeting, but I was watching it on the side. And that horse just came flying. And then here, we the people that I thought that horse was a single. It went off at 3-5, obviously. That horse, the 3 here, looked good. What did the pick 5 end up paying? $9,800. Wow. I made one bet today. I bet the 14 horse in race 2. That horse was 10%, 20-1, 10-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. 7 horse did not run one bit. But this horse for Luis Mendez, this horse scratched in and had a big workout, Chris, in 18%. Second EquinEdge pick. I mean, this horse was going to run. And so that really inflated the early pick 5.
Yeah, it was. That one was all over the workout reports too. That horse, I'm surprised it went off as high as it did, because I know a lot of people bet it, and I know that one horse that just won at Keeneland knocked a bunch of tickets out that were pick 5s, pick 6s, and whatnot. So I would expect both of those wagers to pay fairly decently. Although I think a lot of people are, like you said, are single to Warlike Goddess in that sequence.
Yeah, Jotham, Daniel, Bill, Scott, appreciate it. Buffalo Mike, everybody being here. Chuck, I don't know what's going on here with the 8 horse Gent Road, but this horse is 1% and is the second EquinEdge pick. The 4 horse I thought was a little bit interesting as a 1%er here. So I spread like crazy here. I don't like the 3 horse. I didn't toss it here. I did toss the favorite in leg 3, and I'm trying to beat Warlike Goddess. But this sequence I thought was very interesting, just because I think this is a tough race. I traditionally don't love playing the rail at 7 furlongs because the gap at Keeneland. So I'm tossing the 1 in leg 3 and using the 2, 4, 6 here. And I'm going to use it. It does have pace. The other thing I will tell you is the 7 is going to show a lot of speed here from the outside. So I'm expecting maybe somebody can come off the pace here. That's my opinion on race 9. It's all about the pace. Same thing here for me, Chris. There is 0 pace in this race. If anybody can win a paceless race against Warlike Goddess, it's Irad, who's having a pretty brutal Keeneland meet in general. If you look at the stats, he's not having a good meet at all. And I don't know how he usually does there. I didn't get a chance to look at it. I just know he's not having a great meet at all. But maybe he'll close it out and beat Warlike Goddess. I'm not a big fan of playing favorites in graded stakes races at Keeneland. So it's one of the first things I always try to do. So I'm going to try to single personal best here and try, if this hits, it's going to pay great. So that's my opinion. I'm trying to beat literally favorites in every leg. So.
And that's the way to do it. I mean, one of the things I love hearing and hate hearing is I'm going to try and beat the favorite. And when you look at the ticket, they include the favorite. So when you say you're trying to beat the favorite there, you are trying to beat the favorite with one horse. I did give a bit of a look to the 6 here in Keeneland coming up here in race 7. Tyler for Brendan Walsh.
I thought this horse was interesting. I mean, 15% to win. It is a long shot, loyal company. It's getting bet down to 5-1. Second time starter, first time on the dirt, right? I mean, GSR goes up 8 points, comes off the Anita. Like, there's a lot. I thought the 2 was actually interesting with Saez, if I remember right. Dark. Yeah, Luis is right. I don't think that Castle Warden is just going to get the lead and be gone here on the dirt. I could be wrong though. I really could. But that's my thought. I didn't think this horse had to win at all. So I was trying to play against it, although I included the 3 here because I do think the 3 can win. But I'm trying to beat the favorites in leg 2 and 3. So we will see. Saez having probably the second best meet, Scott, I would say. Tyler Gaff, who I love, is having a great meet, so good for him.
Yeah, this should be a fairly decent race here. Like I said, I gave a look to the 6 here to either win it or come in second, and hopefully I get a bomber in before it and play some exactas and some verticals that way. So.
All right, I'm going to try to pull up the sound here. I got to do it on my other screen, and it was not logged in, so that's going to take me a minute. I think we got it. No video for Keeneland. Maybe next year. We were trying, everybody. We were trying to get Keeneland video, but it didn't happen. But I know Scotty might try to figure it out and talk to the crew over there. It'd be awesome to. It's such a short meet, and the viewer, everybody loves playing it. So it could be just an amazing thing to be able to show.
It would be great, and you're right. And Keeneland's independent, so it's not like they're, they can make their own decisions and not have to deal with corporate or whatnot. So
looks like they're coming to pick four pool, 400 grand. You can't beat that, man.
No.
Bill, that's no good, man. I hope you're feeling better. You got heat stroke. He's warming up.
Where are you at, Bill?
I know. I mean, maybe he's in Florida. Is it hot at home?
Yeah, we got a bunch of rain, and man, the wind last night was crazy. And the rain took everything. Rain took everything off the turf today. I was going to go out to Tampa tomorrow, but it looks like they're going to be off the turf tomorrow at Tampa as well. So,
all right, they're about to go. You got to beat the 3, the 6, the 2, the 8. The 8's the mystery horse. Somehow it's the second EquinEdge pick at 1%.
Yeah, that you don't see that too often. That's for sure.
No, 20-1.
And they're off. King of Kentucky and Mo Hope from the outside. Dark Vector and Run for Reagan down toward the inside. Have early speed. Run for Reagan now goes to the lead as they head up the back stretch. Takes over by a half length. Dark Vector will go second. King of Kentucky third. Castle Warden moves up in fourth. Mo Hope is fifth on the outside. Then a break of 3.5 more lengths to Loyal Company, who travels toward the center of the pack in sixth. Surface to Air is seventh. Ghent Road is eighth. Bad Boy Frank is ninth toward the back of the pack. Running for Joy is
terrible trip for Florent Drew.
Comete is last.
Yeah.
He's just like
back up front. Run for Reagan shows the way.
The 2, Luis Saez
tries to draw alongside second, a length and a half. King of Kentucky.
Great trip
from the rail, third a half length. Castle Warden is fourth down.
7 horse running monster here.
Is fifth. still running 6 lengths off the lead. Surface to Air is 6 behind that one. Castle
Flo
Warden
got out.
Thread the Needle moves up from between horses, swings to the outside. Coming after Dark Vector. Castle Warden draws alongside. Run for Reagan has dropped back from the lead, drops through the pack.
Come on, Louis.
Still third. 8th of a mile to go.
Who's coming? The 6?
Running from the outside. Dark Vector is there.
There's the long shot, Chris.
And Castle Warden between
6
that
gonna get there.
Dark Vector has the advantage.
Oh,
Pull Loyal Company right alongside Loyal Company.
we should have
For Tyler Gaffaleone to win it. Dark
Vector paired our horses, man. Good call, though. Great call. Loyal Company. That's a great exacta. 9-2 over 6-1. I mean, I bet you that exacta. It probably didn't pay. It probably paid $30. I was gonna say maybe you get a little bit of something there, but the 3 was over bet in my opinion. But good call, Tyler over Luis, the 2 leading jocks at the meet.
$41 exacta.
Yeah, well, it did. So I thought I was gonna say maybe it paid 40 plus something. So it did pay a little bit more because the 3 took so much money. There's 7 furlong racing on the dirt like that. That was a great ride by Tyler. He is on fire. Wish him the best. So.
Yeah, he's been pairing up pretty well with Brendan Walsh lately. And like you said, these favorites here are getting way, way, way over bet. And we're going to see that all next week as we get to the Kentucky Derby.
All right, let's jump to Gulfstream. We can actually
you had that one, right? You had that one, right, Justin?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah. I actually I'm playing in some I was playing in some tourneys. I think I used the 6 and the 2, to be honest with you, in the separate entries. So it's on my phone. I'll have to look a little bit later. But all right, Gulfstream race 8. We can watch this one. Looks like they're about a minute. They're on the Tapeta. They scratched off they're off the turf. I looked at this race, and then I had to relook at it. I thought the 9 would be tough. It's 42%, top EquinEdge pick. They move over to the Tapeta. It's got a good GSR. I like the 10, but then it scratched, so that was out. I never play the pace on the Tapeta, so I'm not a fan of Judge Judith. I think I think Paco's sending here to some extent. I don't like to play too much on the front end on the Tapeta. The 3 is going to go. I think they're going to go too fast. The only other horse I thought was interesting was the 2, ended up being the second pick. So for me, I was 9-2 here, Chris. I didn't really like much else here.
No, I love this race when it was on the turf, and then I really hated it when it came off. But I kind of like pace at 2 turns at Gulfstream on the Tapeta. I think it holds a little better for some reason than it does on the sprints there when they just go too fast early. So I think you might be able to see. I'm thinking about just doing probably just a place bet on the 3. And see if I can just get it to hold on and stay for second. And if it wins, oh well, I'll move on. I'm not busting the bank on this one or whatnot. But there was a one earlier today where Chantel was the same thing. It was 2 turns on the Tapeta, and she was on the lead the whole way, and she got passed by a 8 or 9 or 10 to 1 shot and ran second. And the place money was like $10 or $12.
Yeah, you got to set fractions that are about 25 to try to wire on the Tapeta. I think this horse it's got a good trainer jockey combo, to be honest. I mean, they hit it 27%. This horse is going to try to steal it. The problem is, I think it's going to go too fast. I think Paco's going to go too fast. Speed Salsa, great name. This horse has been on the turf sprinting, so I expect this horse probably going to show some pace and speed. That's where, not probably a ton, but that's where, for me, I can get why you singled Marco. Like, I get it. I think the 2 Riveting Spirit, though, is the play. I mean, this horse has won 8 times. it won 2 in a row here on the turf, moves over to the Tapeta, didn't run here. I don't really know. It was a 60. I just say scratch that. Win percent goes up a little bit, but I'm 9.229 if for me here.
That makes sense. Hey, Art, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Bill, so you got frostbite, and then you got last month, and then you got heat stroke. Wow.
Bill, what is happening, brother?
How does all that happen? I mean, we could probably do a show just on that.
Yeah.
The horses
within a
are
month
at the
time
gate.
frame too, man.
That's crazy.
Almost time. Lining up and moving in for race number 8, first half of the late daily double. Into line goes Riveting Spirit with Cindy's Song. Now moving forward is Forbidden Dream.
The 2-on-1. Oh, I played the 6.
Handicapping Storm. Handicapping Storm going forward at 6-5.
That's good.
Man, I wish Pete Aiello did the Breeders' Cup races. I think they would.
Daughter of He's Had Enough, 'Tis Enough, and Handicapping Storm for that matter. Both
He does such a good job.
Florida
I do agree
He's
with
Had
you.
Enough.
2 or 4-1.
Salsa going forward. Waiting for Judge Judith. And from the outside, Pretty Keen.
The Pretty Gray.
I was gonna say it's pretty horse.
Pretty Keen. Jose Morelos to take the outside. They're in the gate.
Turf course still completely tore up over there.
And they're off. Perfect start. Speed Salsa,
Taco
Judge
stands,
Judith, and Cindy Song
stands.
all the way quickly. Handicapping Storm
Taco
comes away in the
gonna go
top
for it.
flight and angles over. Wide on the course is Pretty Keen. Saving ground is Riveting Spirit. The 2 at the back, Forbidden Dream, and 'Tis Enough. And they run around the first turn. Early lead to Judge Judith off the inside, but in front 3/4 of a length. Cindy Song now turns up the pressure a bit in second from Speed Salsa, who's now third. Handicapping Storm is the gray racing in fourth, 2 in front of Pretty Keen.
25.
And
I mean,
Riveting Spirit up wide is 'Tis Enough.
You can't
And the
go
trailer is long
faster
shot
than that.
Forbidden Dream.
Nope.
I
They
think
complete
we're
the
gonna go
quarter
too
in
fast.
25 seconds flat. They have less than 6 furlongs to go.
Getting to
Judge
3
Judith
out
has the
was a
lead
good
by a
idea,
length. Cindy
too.
Song is second. Speed Salsa is third. Handicapping Storm continues in fourth, patiently handled at this stage. Followed at the inside by
If
Pretty
he goes
Keen.
48,
At
I
the
think
rail,
it's
it's
too
Riveting
fast.
Spirit, then back to Fellow Gray, 'Tis Enough, and the trailer is
there it is.
Forbidden Dream. That's the 8 of them through a 48 2/2 mile. Jockey Paco Lopez and Judge Judith continue to lead by a length and a half.
Becomes a
Cindy
9.
Song is second. Handicapping Storm
Three
given
needs
more
to
rain
go
to
now.
work with by Perez. She responds in kind and moves up 3 wide third. Speed Salsa and Pretty Keen are next, then Riveting Spirit.
They need the
Outkicked
2
are
to
'Tis
get
Enough
going.
and Forbidden Dream as they run to the top of the
Oh,
stretch.
you're gonna go wide.
Judge
Come on.
Judith has the lead. Handicapping Storm bidding up on the outside now. Second, Speed Salsa and Cindy Song are next. Trying to work from the back is Pretty Keen as they straighten for home.
Come on,
Handicapping
Sue.
Storm not finding much under pressure, at least not
9's
yet.
done,
As Judge
man.
Judith tries to hold
Not
firm.
going.
At
5
the rail,
and
Speed
win on the
Salsa
rail.
down the center, Riveting Spirit. Speed Salsa
You're
now
gonna
takes the
get
lead late.
second.
Down the center, Riveting Spirit is up into second, but Speed Salsa has the lead at 18-1. Speed Salsa will win it. Second was Riveting Spirit. Third was Cindy Song, and 141-1.
Should have bet at the show. I mean, it's probably going to pay fairly decently, too. What did that finish? 5, 2, 3?
I think so. That's a good
Yeah, so
trifecta, man. 5 ended
18
up going, or the 2 5-1.
18-1 over 2 over 5-1 over 17-1. Yeah.
That's a good
He's
try. Wow.
Yeah, it is. All right, what do we got next? We
Bill,
got Santa Anita.
Bill, you got 7 inches of snow in 2 weeks, and now you have a heat wave. That's crazy, man. Yeah, Bill, where do you live?
Yeah, where do you live? Like Mars, something like that? Yeah, Daniel, agree. Pete is, I think, one of everybody's favorites. I've never heard anybody have a bad word about Pete's race calls.
Billy Gallivan at Santa Anita, EquinEdge long shot, first time starter, 9%. I will tell all of you, I I don't like the Santa Anita early. I didn't even look late, but I did not like the early card. I didn't even see the scratches yet. So did you? I can put together a quick pick 4 though, because I handicapped this.
Well, you got. I mean, if we get 6-1 on anybody's choice, I'll bet that to win. But we talked about this yesterday. The 7 horse was the one that we were going to try and
wired.
Yeah, it's square, the top square, top GSR, everything was good on it until it scratched. And I think you and I both had a bunch of horses today we liked that all scratched.
Yeah, it was pretty wacky. There's a bunch. Divine Rascal might wire the field here, to be honest. This is a big pace advantage inside. That's the horse. If I did not love this sequence, y'all, just so you know. But if I was gonna play a ticket, this is probably what I would play. I don't like the 2-3-2. I don't like the 4. This horse, the morning line doesn't like that horse at all as a first-time starter. For some reason, the morning line odd maker loved the horse. No, I like the 5 though, so we'll have to add that.
Who's the which leg are you on? You're in the 4th?
Yeah.
Race 5. One thing I like to do, especially at Remington and the quarter horse tracks with these, is take all the first time starters and just like randomly pick like the 10, 5, and 7 are the top 3 GSRs of the first time starters. Sometimes I'll just put those in a pick 3 and then find a horse in the next leg that I can single that's 4 to 6 to 1, and then just go all in the last. It'll be like a $15, $18 ticket. And if you get the first 2, the thing usually pays.
This first leg I thought was tough, man, because I would not be surprised to see the 1 win here. I don't think the 5. I mean, Source has the pace. Oh, the 3 has the pace. 5 not even in the EquinEdge picks. It's dropping first time dirt. I'm tossing that horse because it's the favorite. That's what I'd play for $60. Actually, I'll just play it.
There you go.
I thought that the 1 might be the single here. Divine Rascal. I mean, it has a big pace advantage. This horse won on the rail back here in a 44. But then see, it hasn't got the lead. And then it finally got the lead here. But this horse should be able to take advantage from the rail for Tiago. So
I think Justin, I was wrong. The 7 horse we talked about yesterday was race 1. That was the one that was going to wire the field.
It won.
Sure did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Square, paid $13.80.
There was a lot of stuff that lined up there. All right, I got it entered. What do we got? 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Sweet Salsa paid 38. What the exacta pay there? That must have paid really good. I bet you that paid like $120, huh? The trifecta probably paid gigantic. 5 horse got a great trip there. No Laurel Park. Laurel Park closed down, didn't it? It's closed?
Laurel Park is down because they've got surface issues. That track is going to close in 1 to 2 years. They didn't get the money to redo it. Everything's going to Pimlico. So that last race at Gulfstream, Justin, that try paid $325 for 50 cents. My 3 paid $7.80 just to show.
Wow.
So that is, when you get the favorite out of all 3 spots, it's not a bad place to be.
Exacta is 112, basically $113 or 113 to 1. Wow.
Okay, we got Santa Anita going behind the gate here. We're still getting 5 to 1 on the 3, which is the EquinEdge top pick.
I don't know why that 5 horse took all the money. I flip back to the screen, y'all. Like, I don't. This horse is only 18%. 6-horse taking money, which makes sense, 32%. This horse, I mean, it's 0 for 2. It's not even the pace of the race. I mean, the 3's the pace. The Valdivia, it's JJ Peter Miller. So I guess that's why. This horse is first time dirt, though, so it's coming off the turf. GSR goes up a little bit, but I guess it's just connections, and then JJ is riding for Peter Miller. So, but I mean, that horse, this is the race, though. I could see this, the first time starter, EquinEdge long shot. These are the ones where I could see this happening. This horse is working well, too, y'all. Billy Gallivan. So I would not be surprised to see that come in.
And one name you should remember as we get to Del Mar is the trainer of the 6, Karen Headley. She ruins a lot of tickets at Del Mar.
She's not doing well right now, though, is she?
No, but all of her wins usually come at Del Mar. You can ask Goldie about that next week.
Anybody's choice going in.
All right, we gotta beat the 5. No 4. No 4, no 5.
Side by side.
Beautiful in California.
And they're off. It's a fast start for anybody's choice. Our Kentucky Rose has some speed, as does Lulu Lemon Drop, close up in 3rd. Side by side, 4th, just a length off the lead.
Oh,
Another
6
2.5
ended up being
back
the
to Money
favorite.
Baby, and Billy Gallivan at the back of the field.
That
Have a
4
half
is
mile
getting
left to
brutal
run.
trip trying to race in between
Anybody's
like
choice.
that.
On the inside, narrowly in front to Lulu Lemon Drop. Our Kentucky Rose takes 2nd in between them. They're followed by side, Money Baby is down at the rail, and Billy Gallivan 6 off the leader. 3/8 of a mile to run. And it's anybody's choice, leading it by just about
6
a half
is
length.
getting
Our
dream
Kentucky
trip.
Rose, Lulu Lemon Drop. It's been a good trip, although wide for side by side.
5
Who now
done,
comes
4
after
done.
anybody's choice with a 1/4 mile to go.
6 is
Side
gone.
by side with a sweeping bid
Ooh,
at
Blue
anybody's
Sky's
choice,
horse,
who
though.
maintains the lead at the top of the stretch. Anybody's choice in front by 2.5 to side by side, clearly 2nd. Then Lulu Lemon Drop
Great
in
game.
3rd inside the furlong pole. Anybody's
Yeah,
choice
I'll
is
take
in
it.
lead.
Top
And
EquinEdge.
anybody's choice now opens up once
It's
again.
2 5-to-1s
It will
for
be
me.
Anybody's choice, an
You're on
easy
fire,
win
man.
by 3.5 lengths.
Huh.
Side by
Not
side,
yet.
2nd, tight, very close for 3rd, between Lulu Lemon Drop and a fast finishing Money Baby.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
horses, Scott.
That's 5 horses. And they did have the surface was checked by the first racing people, Dennis Moore's their guy there, and then they had another guy from HISA check it, and everything looks to be good. They were going to try and take entries for Saturday, but I don't think the trainers were still interested. So Laurel's either going to be developed or it'll be a training facility. Everything's going to Pimlico.
All right.
Okay, Keeneland,
So-
race 8.
The big stakes race. I don't think there's one horse got a shot. It's only 1%. Gonna try to show pace. I think Iraq gonna try to steal it though. I don't know. This is where you look at this horse. I'm like, why is this horse the pace of the race? But maybe that's why this horse is entered here. I have no idea why this horse is in this race. Anybody know why? I couldn't. I mean, it's owner trainer. I don't know her, Tracy Glover. I'm assuming that's a her. I guess that could be a guy, but Ramsey bred horse. But I mean, like, this horse is not even running in allowance company, and now they're running in grade 3.
Maybe they just needed entries. Maybe the owner, maybe she just wants to run in a grade 3 race. I don't know.
Yeah, it's wild, man. I'm like, what is happening here? But I don't think Irad's not going to let anything crazy happen. We'll see if he can, get a graded stakes win here. But Warlike Goddess, I mean, she's a great horse, right? You look at this, but definitely the classiest horse for sure. 9 wins and 13 tries as a 6-year-old. This is like the horse, Chris. It reminds me a little bit of Beholder, right? Like very light race, but just an amazing racehorse, to be honest.
Beholder was a beast, man. Her Pacific Classic win was something for the ages, that's for sure. But these races here, I mean, you know that every turf pick 3, pick 6, pick 5s, pick 4s. I mean, Warlike Goddess is either a single on most of those, or I've seen a lot of alls in this race as well. You know, just trying to catch something. But
I don't know if you need. Yeah, I mean, I think Buffalo. I mean, the thing is, I actually thought that the 6 was very interesting. It was the original EquinEdge long shot, and then ended up scratching, to be honest. But I just don't. I don't know if this horse can get anywhere but 5th place. I mean, I could be completely proven wrong. But I don't know. So I think Irad gonna send. I guess maybe they send this horse. EquinEdge says the top pace, but I think he's gonna send and try to control the pace here. You know, he's gonna definitely try to get position first out. So it'll be interesting. Warlike Goddess, just an amazing horse. First off the layoff, right? Last year she came off the layoff and she won this race, right? You can see that back here as a 72 and wins by 2 lengths. So, you know, and then she went on to race in, you know, the grade 2 and grade 1 races throughout the rest of the year. So I guess, Chris, it'll be interesting. Is she going to, you know, race again and then just wait for the Saratoga meet, or is she going to end up elsewhere?
I think she goes to Saratoga. That's probably the MO. All you can really hope for here, if you're betting against Warlike Goddess, is Rosario screw it up. But what's your cold trifecta here?
I think she's gonna finish 2nd, so I'd probably play. I guess I don't even. Well, I'll use the ticket generator just because. I'd play 5-4. Who's on the 2? Jose. Source 2 wins in a 68 and 70, 30 races. What do my notes say? Who else we have? The 3? I didn't even really look at this. This horse ended up as the long shot. Gaffleon coming from Gulfstream. Where's the 2? Oh, Temple City Terror. Okay. This horse has run well at the distance, though, if I remember correct. Yeah. The 3 gonna want to go this long? Oh yeah, 3's fine. This horse, I guess the problem here, I don't know if this horse is classy enough. I just play it ticket generator 5-4-2. That's what I play for the try.
For like $200.
not that confident. I think, you know, if you really like Warlike Goddess, you can put her on top. I get it, Scott. I just don't know. I mean, maybe this one horse shows speed. I mean, it might, but
well, we got a couple of minutes here. Let's look. Who do you like in the next at Keeneland? Because if let's say you're one of those players out there that just thinks Warlike Goddess is a cinch here, who do you like in the next? Because I'm looking at right now the 4-1, the death double is paying $2.
I tossed the 1 on my pick 4, right? I just played 2-4-6. I hadn't even used the 1.
4-2 is $11. 4-4 is $9. And 4-6 is 12.
Who? Oh, I see. You're looking at the but look at the 5. What's the 5?
$61.
To the 4?
Yeah, 4 to the 5 is $61 right now.
Well,
I mean, we got a few minutes to go.
You mean 5 to the 4? 5, the 5 here, personal best?
No, I'm talking about, let's say you play a double here and you single Warlike Goddess. Who do you like in the next to play that with? And the biggest prices for the next are the 5 and the 7. So if you like the 5 and the 7,
No, I like 2, 4, 6 in the next.
Okay.
I think
2,
the 7.
4, 6.
I think the 7's going to show pace, you all. I think the 1 is going to have this horse is going to, I don't know, this horse 3 to 5 is wild to me, but there's Mott again. Bet Bill Mott with Irad, I guess, but only 7%. But I'm not a fan of the rail at 7 furlongs. We just saw that race a minute ago. It's not for me, but I think the 7 going to show a lot of speed here with Corrales. I think it's going to completely mess up the 1, in my opinion, for Irad. I think the 2, 4, or 6 at the trip. If I had to pick a horse, I'd probably pick the EquinEdge long shot debate. The 2, it was 9% last out, goes to 15%. Big fields at Oaklawn Park. Now cuts back to 1 churn, gets Velasquez. Like, this horse romped really in a 48, and then ran a good race here in a 60, but that's a tough post out there going 8 furlongs at Oaklawn Park. So, I think the wild card horse here is the 4, though, Overboard for Wesley Ward. I mean, look at the GSR increase as this horse goes 7 furlongs. He's such a smart trainer. It's like you see this stuff. It's like all of a sudden now he's going 7. Like, why did he never go 7 before? But this horse coming off a big layoff. A lot of layoff lines. Its last win was 2 years ago. But if anybody is going to get a horse to win off a 2-year layoff, it's Wesley Ward, I would say. Rosario rides. Horse hasn't raced in 8 months, but I would probably play the 2. That'd probably be my top pick here, the long shot.
Yeah. This from the guy that got Golden Hour on Sunday with a horse that was on a 900-day layoff or something.
Yeah, I played that horse.
I know you did. I saw it. It cracked me up. So the only so I hit that you saw I hit that exact. A lot of people like the 2, which I like the 6 best, but I rarely would play a horse like that. And I see your question, Daniel, about Kentucky Downs. We can talk about it in a second, but the only reason I played, there's a little bit of playing a horse like that wasn't just pure handicapping. There was a few things. That field was not that great for an allowance field. Correct. I don't know why. That was a former Bob Hess senior horse. So I had a little bit, and I was listening to Matt Dinnerman as part of why I played that horse, because Matt talked about, like, why is this horse showing up here? And it's one of the things, so you guys know, it's one of the things that I significantly look for as I handicap. Like, what the F, why? And like the 1 here, though, no, like that's a different story. The 1 at Keeneland here, like, why is this horse showing up here? Like, that's not something I would play. But that 6 horse off the big layoff, the course was working really well, Chris. So I didn't I'm like, and then they put in an allowance race. Protected it. Yeah. So for me, it became a huge play because nobody's and again, I don't know if I would have done it if I didn't listen to Matt. It's part of why when I do like listening to like the in-house feed, because most of those, Matt's very bright, and like he talked a lot. He talked for probably 20, 30 seconds about that horse. Right. And like once I heard, I already liked it when I saw the works and it showing up there. Then once I heard him talking about it, like, oh, I'm 100% betting this horse. But I had it in the Golden Hour, and I was only 4 deep because I had already seen it. But then once he started talking about it, that's when I bet the vertical, right? So no, that was a great hit, and everything made sense there. The last time I listened to the track feed was 2 weeks ago at Los Al to hear that they were refunding the race because they had the gate at the wrong distance. Usually I don't listen to the in-house feed, but yeah, it all made sense. It all made sense. If you just looked at it and you glanced and saw whatever the 3-year layoff or whatever it is, and you just moved on, those are the ones that get you, and you go back and look at it and go, how the hell did this horse win on a 900-day layoff? And you go back and look, and then there's a couple nuggets here. The works are good. Yeah. Drops it into an allowance. It's not going to be claimed. Those things
Yeah.
all make sense.
Well,
And
those
are the long prices that hit at Golden Gate too, right? I mean, it's not, you don't have the, one of the Steve Sherman going to put out a 15-1 horse. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing with Wong and the rest of it.
All
So
right.
yes, Daniel,
They're loaded.
we do like Kentucky Downs. We'll talk about that in a minute after this race goes off. They got to go, 12 furlongs here?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I got time for a quick break.
They are at the post. And they're off in the Bewitched Stakes. Little Chateau Rouge from that inside starting spot right out for the early lead, and Personal Best going to move up quickly from the far outside.
So Irad gonna try to steal it. This is what I thought. We'll see what happens. Horse broke slow.
And leads it by 2 lengths. Chateau Rouge content to drop back into second by a length and a half. Temple City Terror will go third, 3/4 of a length. Warlike Goddess, fourth on her outside. Then Ensemble, who's last of the 5 here early on in this 12 furlong.
Warlike Goddess wants to go. You can see Rosario, like, he's holding pretty tight. 26. I think they went like 28 in a race the other day.
Further back, Temple City Terror, Ensemble last. 26.34 seconds. That's the time for that opening quarter.
He's gonna go slower here. My guess, he's gonna go like 53. Not quite 52 and 1.
By a length. Warlike Goddess outward from the rail in third. Temple City Terror has the spot down toward the inside in fourth. And Ensemble content to trail here just 5 lengths from the lead. The first half mile on the board in 52.39 seconds. And Personal Best continues to show the way. Personal Best in front by 2 lengths. Chateau Rouge, second by a half length. Warlike Goddess still there to the outside, still in the third position as they move off the turn and once again head up the back stretch. Temple City Terror in fourth. Ensemble still fifth and last.
He really slowed it. He slowed it down in the third quarter.
The midpoint of the backstretch, and Personal Best the leader with Warlike Goddess moving forward on the outside to take second, a length and a half off the lead. She's second by a head. Chateau Rouge is third toward her inside. Here's Temple City Terror going to angle 3 wide onto the far turn from the fourth position, now taking third. So up front, Personal Best leads it, but the lead is only a half length. Warlike Goddess between horses, second a half length. Temple City Terror, third on the far outside. Chateau Rouge drops back. Ensemble goes to fourth, 5 from the front, just over a quarter mile to go. Personal Best against the rail, challenged here by Warlike Goddess. Temple City Terror, 2 lengths away, looks to the center of the course in third. Warlike Goddess, Temple City Terror picks it up a notch, and here she comes. Temple City Terror right alongside Warlike Goddess, and Warlike Goddess now responds to the challenge. Final furlong of the Bewitched. Warlike Goddess has the lead. She's got it by a length. Temple City Terror put her to the test as she responded well. 3 straight years, the Bewitched Stakes belonging to Warlike.
Irad tried. Like, I don't think that was that slow. They went like 28 the other day. He tried to steal it. Problem is that he broke slow. And so I think once that happened, he had no shot. I mean, he went under 25 in the second quarter, right? So I would have said he needed to go like 28 like they did the other day when they went 12 furlongs. So I think he went too fast. But I also think that was partially probably because he broke slow. So.
All right, let's flip over to Gulfstream. Last race there. We're on the Tapeta going 2 turns again.
I thought the 3 horse was interesting. It's taking a lot of money. Second time starter. I thought this horse could improve Miss Tones. Give me a second. Oh, there they are. Okay. I thought this horse could improve for Luca Panici, to be honest. It's going to be coming. I don't like anything about anybody up front here. The one, second start on Tapeta. So, I don't remember who was the pace. Was it the 2? Yeah. I got rid of the 5, 11, and 10. What do you think?
Reyes, man. Reyes from the 1 hole is a long shot. He seems to boot these types in.
Yeah.
And I kind of gave a little bit of a look to who was it here? I mean, I'm with you with the 3 because it's a second time starter. Everything else, I mean, the Scotty long shot, long shot, sorry. 13 times, it's got 1 second, 2/3. I mean,
there's a lot of value on the 4. I mean, this horse is 6% dropping. EquinEdge long shot. Trainer jockey with Evan Gonzalez hit it 27% here, y'all. Like, morning line is way off. So I thought that horse was interesting as well. The 6, I think, will run a great race. If this is the horse that's raced, it's 0 for 7. 4 is 0 for 13. But I think here, I mean, that's insane value is that EquinEdge long shot. So Gonzalez, he hasn't been riding. He rode once back here, but this horse continually drops in class. It didn't run last out, but it still takes another drop. I thought was a little bit interesting.
1-3. That's my exacta box. We'll see.
All right, I'll play 1-3-4 then.
There you go.
I don't. Who's the favorite here? The 9. Yeah, Chantel rides. This horse raced really well last out, so I'm not surprised to see that. You know, she
0 for
rode
17. 0 for 17. 0 for 17. I let those beat me all the time.
I mean, you can take an 0 for 17 at 5-2, or you can take an 0 for 13 as the EquinEdge long shot at 31-1. What's the I think the better play is the 4.
Yeah, or take the 1. 8%, 4th time out, 33-1.
This will be an interesting on the super high 5, Chris. There's only a $10,000 pool, but I don't ever play that bet. But just looking at this race, I would not be surprised to see this thing pay big.
Or it'll carry over if nobody hits it.
He's taking a lot of money.
Rolling carries here.
They're moving in for race 9 at Gulfstream.
All right. Do you see Zayas, the spill he had last week?
Yeah, that was brutal.
He got trampled by 3 horses and ended up with a hairline fracture of the jaw.
I mean, luckily it wasn't worse.
Yeah. Hit the like button, folks, if you would, please. We would appreciate it.
Last race at Gulfstream, we'll bounce back to, I don't know, either Oaklawn coming up, Santa Anita probably. We'll keep going.
3 away from a start. Cat's That Gal, Sprint Breaker, and My Insanity.
I need your one of your 3 picks for Keeneland in their next race, so I complete that double.
I think that one's going to lose. I think it's a good play, man.
My Insanity, Edgar Perez to take the outside. Locked in, all set for the Friday finale. And runners away. Heart of the Beast and Sprint Breaker, both a step slow. In the center, the City Girl reaching out for the early lead, taken on early by Kid Can Run and Antrim. 2 and 3 wide. On the far outside is My Insanity, saving ground for the Thrill. Racing between horses, Love Unlimited. She's actually angling to the outside for clear racing.
Probably going to go like 23-3.
Mid-flight early for both Cat's That Gal and a ground-saving reaching stride. Then Miss Tones, second last Heart of the Beast. The early trailer is Sprint Breaker. Time 24-1 as they head into the backstretch now. Paco Lopez sends Antrim to the top and leads by a length.
You just tried
Love
this.
Unlimited
What happened?
Pass into City Girl. Half to a rail skimming for the Thrill, who's now into 4th. Kit Can Run shuffles to 5th. Deep on the course, Cat's That Gal. She's racing in the 5 or 6 lane there, racing between horses in My Insanity. Caravana saves ground at the inside and looks for the
One's
racing
getting a
position
trip.
between horses now.
That's
Here's
gonna be
Caravana
tough,
on a
though.
hold mid-flight. It's a length and a half to
he's
Miss
gonna-
Tones together with Heart of the Beast, and Sprint Breaker is last. 48-2 for the opening half mile. Out in the clear, here's Cat's That Gal in the white and red colors, bidding up 3 wide to take on Antrim. In between them, it's
Come on,
Love Unlimited.
1-4.
Dropping back to City Girl, underway from the back. Here's Reaching Stride with a big move. Caravana's trying to get going as well, as Cat's
This is
That
a
Gal
cool
has come
three and
away with the
run.
lead. 3/4, 13 flat. Cat's That Gal turns first. Caravana's a stretch danger if she continues with
One
some
got to get
momentum.
out.
Down the center and Reaching Stride, there's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Cat's That Gal with work to do. Love Unlimited digging hard. Caravana surging to him on the outside. Then Kit Can Run and Reaching Stride, trying to get home. Cat's That Gal driven out by Miguel Vasquez, and she's done enough to
I don't
win
think
it.
the jock
Cat's
was
That
even
Gal by a
riding
length and a
before
quarter.
this.
Love Unlimited second. Caravana was third.
No, what was going on there?
Yeah, that
But
was so
the-
weird.
Scott, anything is the last race at Gulfstream. Anything can happen. No prices, but they were all right there. Santa Anita in 4 minutes. I spread here in that pick 4, single in the next race, but 2-horse Hudson Ridge. I remember looking at this now. I wasn't really a fan of Mecklenburg, although I think this horse might try to wire the field, right? I mean, it's got a friggin' 23-point pace advantage.
It should.
It's gonna try. I thought the 5 might show speed. Rip City, though. You know, I don't think it. I just didn't. This horse, if it's shown some pace in the past, going 2 turns, it's not as fast. Mecklenburg's fast, Chris.
Mecklenburg is fast, and you got an odd Baffert here on the grass with JJ that's not taking any money.
That horse, though, Hudson Ridge, though. I mean, Morning Line liked it. It's not taking any money, but it's dropping. It's working
Top
well.
EE. Top EE pick.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this race was between the 2 and 6. I thought the 1 and 5 were going to go too fast. I think it sets up for the 2 or 6. That's my opinion. I thought the 6 was a little bit sneaky. I thought we'd get a really good pace setup. I think Kyle Frey's riding. Oh no, Barrios is riding, so that's good. He usually rides well on the turf. JJ Hernandez has been riding this 6-horse, but gets off to ride the Baffert. I would love to see then the 6-horse beat JJ. How great would that be?
Well, your 6'2" Exacta's paying $40 right now, and 2.6 is paying $35. So
All right.
that's something I'm going to make a little wager on here for sure.
I just did. The Mecklenburg is a nice horse, but you know, it's been racing in the higher 60s, and like these are the things I don't like to see. All when this type of stuff happens, gets a lead, gets a fairly easy lead. At some point, probably took a little bit of pressure or something, but then runs 4th in a 64. So it is dropping 4 points, but you got to go all the way back here, right? You know that this horse, 6 months ago, and that was off a year layoff. So it wins off the layoff, probably was ready to go, but then it just hasn't shown that it can wire the field. So they drop in class, which is a good thing, right? But I'm not buying it. You know, for me, I think that there's other. I think the 5's going to show speed. I didn't really like this horse as the EquinEdge long shot, but I did like it from a pace setup to really mess with the 1, which I think then sets up for the 2 or 6. So.
Yeah, and Maldonado usually likes to go for the lead as well, which would support your theory there that it's going to go mess with the 1, or they just tell Maldonado to sit and let the 1 go do its thing, and then it never runs at all, and it finishes 1-2-6 or 1-6-2, something like that.
I don't think this horse can rate though, right? I mean, it got pressed here in the grade 2. That was only a 66 though. That's a very weak grade 2. But it tried to rate back here.
when it was with Pipey, Gutierrez was riding. This horse has been kind of all over the place. You know, O'Neill got suspended. Mora had it, and it's back to Doug. We got it off the claim, but
This horse not been running.
I mean, went on the way off, wasn't in the 11 hole here. I just expect this horse to show speed. The one, you know, we know this horse is going to show speed. It has a ton of speed.
Mm-hmm. Well, from the post too, it's got to go. I mean, the question is going to be whether the 5 gives it any grief all the way around, and if that's the case, then our 2-6 is looking really good.
6 looks good.
Spirit Maker completes the lineup. They're in the gate. And they're off.
Turf course looks good there.
Mecklenburg and Rip City go out to do
EquinEdge pace figure is so good.
Away in third.
Look at these two.
Hudson Ridge on the inside
Keep going.
of Spirit Maker, and Rijeka is at the back early on. Mecklenburg is the quickest into the first turn, and Rip City will track him from second. It's a gap of 3 back to Neptune.
We're going to try and rate.
Third. Then comes Hudson Ridge, fourth, and 7 or 8 off this loose leader
23,
now.
wow.
Spirit Maker and Rijeka. Onto the backstretch, Ricky Gonzalez loose on Mecklenburg. In front by 3.5 lengths. Rip City content second. Another 3 or so back to Neptune Storm in third. Hudson Ridge down at the rail, inching up just a touch, followed by Spirit Maker.
When Frank said loose, I wouldn't say loose. He's got a pretty snug hold.
46.
And it's the chalk. Mecklenburg to catch. 4-length lead into the far turn. Rip City still races in second. Hudson Ridge inside of Neptune Storm sharing third. Spirit Maker and Rijeka. Coming to the quarter pole, Mecklenburg maintains a 2-length lead. Rip City hard-ridden in second. Neptune Storm on the outside of Hudson Ridge. Rijeka White Blinker swings to the far outside, and Spirit Maker in the green. They're inside the 8th pole, and it's Mecklenburg 1.5 lengths to Rip City. Spirit Maker is starting to come very strongly on the outside, and here he comes. Spirit Maker trying to get to Mecklenburg. Spirit Maker's got him. Spirit Maker gets up to nail Mecklenburg.
Those are the
Hudson Ridge third, Rip City fourth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
6 wins, which is great.
But we also wanted the exacta.
9 to 1?
Yeah.
That horse went off at 9 to 1?
9 to 1. Wow. We didn't bet it.
That's wild. That's a bummer. It ended up coming there, y'all. 6-1-2. 2 couldn't
get up for second, but I mean,
that horse was going to get a perfect pace setup, just like 5 and 1 go. The 6 was the winner. But I'm alive in my pick 4, Chris. At least now I'm single to this one horse who's going to try to wire the field in the next race. So we will see.
All right. We got 13 minutes to Keeneland. Also up on the docket, we got 7 minutes to Aqueduct race 8. We could throw an audible and go there, or 11 minutes to Golden Gate. What do you like?
Let's look at Aqueduct.
Okay.
Just it's the last race. These always can be good. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a ton of pace. Oh my goodness. 7 furlongs.
The 2 and the 1. The pace, or I guess the 1A, right? Not even the 1. This horse.
The 2 horse got 2 wins and 3 tries.
But who's riding? Oh, Carmouche. Linda Rice. Oh, yep, of course.
1-9.
Oh man.
How can I beat Linda Rice here? I gotta get a Linda Rice beater. Dr. Love? Dr. Love, maybe?
Hold on. I'm looking for something real quick.
All right. This is the last at Aqueduct, right? Yeah. The 8th. The 8th race. Okay.
Set off the pace.
Well, the 3
Manny
horse.
Franco, maybe he jumps off.
He's riding the 9. I mean, this horse the top win percent.
I mean, so let's see here. So Drink the Wind. You're going to be very fast. You may get the lead. You may not. I don't like the 1 because the 1's on the rail. This horse is really fast, but it also may be cheap. But this horse, don't get the lead. Look what happens. That was a 58, so a lot tougher. But I think they're going to be flying. So I guess the question is, I mean, this horse is fast. These 2 horses are very fast. That would be my concern, you all, for the 1 and the 2. Where's Robert Lip? That's Robert. I mean, I think most people are aware of that, brother. I think when people subscribe to something, I think that they understand that usually it's like an auto renewal. But if you have concerns, man, I'm sure you can talk to them. But I think that's usually kind of how it works, man.
Yeah, most of all these things are reoccurring subscriptions. Unless you buy the annual, then it only renews once a year.
Buffalo, that's a good point, man. What's a membership? It's like when I go to the gym, I have my membership, and like I know it's coming out the next month, but you just cancel in advance, man. Like if you have issues, and then you won't have problems. Yeah, I like it, Buffalo Mike. That's a good way to put it, brother.
Yeah, exactly what a membership is.
I think they're going to go too fast here. Just like we saw.
I'm just going to bet the 9 to win and not get crazy like I just tried to at Santa Anita instead of taking 9 to 1, 2160 on a horse we liked.
That. I agree. We should have just done the win bet. I mean, so these 2, I think that I like it. I like your comment there. You find the winner here. So El Mejor is the long shot. This horse does not look like it can rate to me. That was a 48. It hasn't been able to do it. It's second off the layoff. Kelly Breen, second time. Gomez rides. They hit it 18%. I don't know. I mean, the horse is taking a bunch of money. Jeez. I guess we get rid of the 3. Manny's down on the 9. You talked about that horse. I Prince of Joy. I don't see how this horse is probably winning.
No, I don't see it either.
The 7 rated in a 52, but that was back last summer. This horse is first off the layoff for Trevor. Only hits at 11%, but I guess the one thing you can say there is, it's higher than these 2 hit separately, so maybe there's a little bit of interest there. The scratches are helping everything. The 9, though, I think to your point, I mean, it's the second EquinEdge pick. It has Manny Franco. This horse is dropping in class, is likely to sit just a great trip. The 7 is, I would say, interesting as well. It has 2 wins and 4 tries. The problem is this horse coming off the layoff.
Yeah, that's 2 wins at 4 tries at the distance. It's got 2 wins at 15 tries total. It's hit the board 5 times, so 33% of the time it hits the board. I just don't like the price. I mean, the price is it's taking too much money. It's up to 5 to 1, but
its wins are its 2 wins are at 7 furlong. I mean, it's 0 for 11 at other distances, and it's 2 for 4.
Well, that's why it's getting bet too, right? It's off its 8 to 1 morning line down to 5 to 1, and these are ones that we're inside of 5 minutes here at NYRA, so you're not going to see the odds drop, right? Where the computers are kicked out at 5 minutes to post. So unless you're Parker in the chat or Chuck Brower dumping a bunch of money on a horse, the only ones that are going to make it move. But
10-4 suspect apprehended.
Yeah. I didn't know they just kept billing you. I thought you had to like redo it every month to make it more difficult to keep it.
Could you imagine? That would be awful.
Well, what's even worse is if you subscribe for like daily racing form products, they'll just auto renew you it quarterly, whether you want it or not, or whether you have more cards if you don't buy the annual or whatever. They're a little bit more criminal.
Yeah. Those should just do it when you run out, but I don't know. Either way, I think that's how everything subscription membership works. I feel like. All right, you're taking the 9. I'm trying to get around that. This horse was coming off a layoff. It absolutely romped here on a layoff,
But that was only 2 months. Now it's coming off literally 4.5 months.
Your 7's
creeping. Your 7's creeping up. I'm going to do 7-3 or 7-9 exact to box 2. I just want to see the lowest possible fraction.
The 7 just scratched.
Yeah, it just said that. Your bet has a scratch selection. Please remove it from your ticket and try again. Well, now I'll just pass.
Wow, EquinEdge, that is pretty cool. Look at that, y'all. That thing went from no odds to scratched all of a sudden. That was pretty amazing. I've never seen it do that before.
Well, that's what you get with your. That's what you get with your subscription or your membership.
Yeah. Then I don't think that I'm with you on the 9. Maybe. I mean, if I don't. I'm going to edge long shot. I mean, problem is this horse is just not. It doesn't fit here, in my opinion. But it is second off the claim, or it's not a claim, a trainer switch. I'm gonna pass betting here, but I am on with you with the 9. I think the 2 is gonna stop. I think that the 1 and 2 are gonna duel, and I think the 9 with Manny is gonna pick up the pieces.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't jump off.
It looks cold in New York. Whoever's in New York. Wow.
That would be Buffalo Mike, I would think.
Mike, is it cold? It looks. These guys are in coats and everything.
I don't bet online. Too much temptation. Way to go, Scott. Okay, let's go fast, and then we get to fade this one at Keeneland, hopefully.
Oh yeah, we got beat that one horse.
What time? When's that race? Well, 4 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Love.
I think Chris Griffin settled in real nicely at Aqueduct too, calling the races.
All set.
Ooh, it's warm where you are, Mike. That's good. Yeah, he has. He's doing a good job at Aqueduct.
And they're off. Dr. Love.
Any frostbite or heat stroke, Buffalo Mike?
Quality. Now Sprint's clear is up by a full length and a half as they out of the chute to pick up with the backstretch.
Okay, there goes the 1 and the 2.
2.5 widening length. Strength of the wind is down to the inside here from second. El Mayor is in the green cap in third.
Wow, that 1 was a lot faster than the 2.
Now 5 off the leader. The back end of the field, that is Prince of Joy in the orange cap.
That's good though. The other horse next to the 2 is making him go.
Closed on the front end, but they start to move closer. Super Quality's got the lead, is only up by a half length now. Is Drink the Win is just tugging at Kendrick.
Here comes Manny though. Manny coming.
The Win, who's now looming up on the outside and goes right past this.
Ooh, Manny flying. Come on, Manny.
El Mayor is alone in third. The run coming from.
You got a lot of horse.
Dr. Love and Manny start to make a move as well. The Red Silks, they're in fourth, but about to be within 2 of the leader. It's Drink the Win, who's got a quarter mile left to go, reaches the top of the stretch, is out in the center of the racetrack. Dr. Love presents the danger, and Dr. Love is catching.
He couldn't sustain it.
2.5 lengths clear, and Drink the Wind has got more. A final furlong to go. It's Drink the Wind trying to hold off Dr. Love, and has still got a comfortable margin. Drink the Wind here, 16th. Drink the Wind up by 3. Drink the Wind.
You couldn't beat your nemesis, brother.
It's all Drink the Win over Dr.
Okay, Aqueduct's done. Thank God. Let's move. Let's quickly move away from here and go back to Keeneland.
The one
can't
horse
wait till-
5.
I can't wait till we get to Saratoga and Linda Rice just gets destroyed. Not going to be leading trainer. Okay, so the 2, the 4, and the 6 here. That's what I got in the double.
From Warlike Goddess.
Yeah. I'd like the 4.
That's the Western. That horse got a shot, man.
I mean, 12, you get 9-2 on Overbore, the Wesley Ward horse, right? But you're getting 1267-1 from Warlike Goddess.
From your double?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think this is a good race, Scott. Oh, I got to switch the screen. Sorry. There we go. 4 horse, big layoff, Wesley Ward.
But second EquinEdge pick, don't miss that.
I think 7 going to press the 1.
I hope so.
This horse taking a lot of money. Big works. You can see it down here. Look at that, a 1 for 90 work. I mean, ours was flying there. I don't know who this must be a Kentucky trainer, I'd guess. But Corrales rides Kentucky Jock. You know, they don't ride often, but I think he's sending here. I don't love the rail anyways, so Irad is ice cold, so
It's a 3-star work on the 7 too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a big work. Looks like they're approaching.
What, today, last day at Keeneland, or tomorrow?
Yeah. Today? Yeah.
It's been a good meet. It
has been a good meet. Keeneland's always a good meet.
Daniel was asking about Kentucky Downs. I like playing the track because I love turf racing. Scott, I don't know what's going on. James Graham already won a race today. James Graham winning at Keeneland is rare.
Yeah, Kentucky Downs is a good place to play, but I mean that's again that's the other Kentucky Chaos track, right? Like Turfway Park. You get a lot of weird things that happen there.
It's
and
tough.
The course is way different too. You got hills and valleys. They got everything but jumps there, really.
Yeah, it's pretty wonky, but it's all turf,
Which is that's why I enjoy it.
All
Yeah,
right, we're rooting for the 4 or the 2?
2, 4, the 6. The 4 is good. I like the 4. I mean, that's my biggest payday there.
Okay.
Just no 1.
I think my feed might be a little bit behind you all, so you'll have to forgive me.
Scott Hazelton and Matt Bernier's pick.
They are
is
at the
one.
post. And they're off.
That's it. Rush him up there.
From the outside, a la carte a step quicker though, and a la carte moves up and has the lead. War Room now moves up to the far outside into second. Bourbon High settles back
Press.
into third. Debate
is there we go.
Stretch Overbore is fifth.
Yeah.
Firecracker last of the 6. War Room has taken the lead and opens up by just over 2 lengths. War Room gets over to the rail, guides the field up the backstretch, leads it by 3 lengths. A la carte goes second by 2. Debate is third, a half length. Bourbon Heist fourth on the outside, break of 3 more lengths back to Overboard, nearly 5 back of that one. OP Firecracker last, 22.59 seconds, the time for the opening quarter. War Room is the leader. War Room leads at a length. Here's a la carte now swinging to the outside. A la carte moves up just off the leader's flank. Bourbon Heist tries to pick up the leaders, goes to the far outside in third. A length.
Wow, 6 is rolling.
Overboard is fifth.
Rolling.
Firecracker is last. Here's Bourbon Heist moving far outside.
Here comes Joel.
A la carte top of the stretch.
One done.
Back to third. Debate and Overboard on the outside. Bourbon Heist the leader. Bourbon Heist opens up on a 5-length lead back to a la carte. Overboard third on the outside. Debate is fourth back toward the inside. Moving into the final furlong. Bourbon Heist a 6-length advantage. Overboard is second. A la carte fighting on, but now third. Debate is fourth. 16th pole for the leader. Bourbon Heist. Yoel Novice aboard. Bourbon Heist for the win. Overboard was second. A la carte was third.
The horse took a lot of money.
Fourth.
Yeah, I'll take $7.31 to 1 on the double. Thank you very much. That'll work.
Yeah, the that one was a false big favorite.
You all novice riding hard.
You all novice. Where's this kid gonna ride as an apprentice? He just gonna stick around in Kentucky or what? I've never even heard of this kid.
No idea, but
Yo,
108
well.
pounds. 108 pounds. There isn't much to that guy.
I mean, the one was at 123. I mean, that kid had a 15-pound weight break on the one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, easy to beat the one there. Moves on with the 6. All right. Single.
Santa Anita time.
My single, not even the favorite, man. It's 3-1.
Divine Rascal. Looks like you got to beat son of a bitch.
The second EquinEdge pick. I mean, the thing with this horse is dropping really big. It's coming off a year layoff or nearly a year layoff, right? Jonathan Wong, like, I get it. It's a drop. He's placing here. He's putting his horse in the right place, which is something that I always appreciate from a trainer. He's okay. You're not the same horse. I'm taking you out of allowance company at Golden Gate. I mean, but I don't know, like, at least leave the horse at Golden Gate, maybe. Why ship down here on the dirt? I mean, this horse, you knew this horse wanted the Tapeta, and then he ships down here on the dirt. That's how I got past it. It's the second EquinEdge pick. His top win, won his second win. This is just too big of a pace advantage in my mind. On the dirt, Santa Anita. On the rail, Tiago riding 35% versus traditionally 15%. Win percent goes up, right? So that's where I went, man.
So let's talk about the 3 here. This is one of those Los Al invaders, and this guy has made this move before, the trainer. And the jock trainer themselves, yeah, they're 29% on 14 tries. It's the second pace number. I don't think there's a whole lot in this race in terms of, high quality. They've all got one win. It might be something that could spice up your exacta one way or the other, or a try. I mean, I could do your 1 and then just put that 3 horse in third, figure out how to put in second. I think this 6 could be another one of these false favorites that they're just moving it down from Golden Gate, putting it on dirt, and see what happens. But I mean, look at the GSR. You go from 63 to 55 on the 6.
And the 2, this horse scared me the most, to be honest, because I think the 2 is probably the horse that can get second or third, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse run second, right? I mean, it's been on the dirt. It's dropping in class. It ran well here last out. It broke 5th. This horse has no speed, though, is why. If the 3 can push the 1, I think, then yeah, maybe the 2 has a shot. I just don't see it. I think the 1's too fast. I mean, to your point, though, this horse is coming from Los Al, so it has been at Santa Anita, but it's just not as fast as Divine Rascal, in my opinion, but we'll see.
I'm going to do 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. That's my try. Just play it for like $4. Cost me $8. If your 1's good enough to go wire to wire, then the 3 and the 4 seem to like pick up some pieces. Plus, they're the 2 longest shots on the board. That's if you want a wager that'll pay, that's how to get one done. Let's see, anything good on the workout reports here? Santa Anita race 4.
I thought the 5 was a little bit interesting, Chris. That horse was working well. The thing about this horse is it jumps up from 7 to 16%. It was 16% last out, and it won.
or two back, and it won. But that was in a 40. So, and then it jumped to a 52, and it ran third in a
5-horse field. So lightly raced from the perspective of it's only had 9 tries. Second off a layoff, like
this horse can probably run okay, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, the two, I'm just looking at the workout report. I mean, nothing exciting there, but I mean, it does look like it did exit a better looking than fourth versus similar. It's proven locally. It's going to get probably a lively tempo to close into.
Bill, I was just talking about the 5. I could see the 5. Like I'm surprised this horse is not taking money, to be honest. The morning line has it at 7-2 versus 5-1, but I mean, I guess it's just because all the money is going to the 6 and the 1, right? And the two is taking a boatload of money.
Yeah.
But the 5 to me is the sneaky play over the 2.
I mean, I think this horse has a little bit of speed, right? It cut back on its first off the layoff and showed a little bit of speed. So I would guess they try not to be as close with the 5. The 1's gonna go, and this horse is gonna probably try to relax, I would guess. Kyle Frey rides 3 in a row. He rode the winner there back there.
Yeah, he gets an 8-pound weight break here too. The 3 gets a little bit of a weight break as well.
Yeah, that's the apprentice.
Yeah.
On the
Oh,
it's because this is 3 and up, right? Yeah, that's right. So that's a 4-year-old. That's a 5-year-old. That is an apprentice riding the 3, and then 3-year-old in the 5, and the 5's the only 3-year-old. So 3-year-old facing older, never easy, but it's not a tough field. So 8-1 currently, it looks like. So the 1 the favorite, or the 6 the favorite, the 1 the second favorite.
What are these exactas paying?
Keeneland last race in 21 minutes. Last race of the spring meet.
It's been a good one.
Kentucky Derby's in a week, you all. You realize? Yeah. Wild, man. Cannot believe it.
Here's the 2 horse. Luke. Took a lot of money. Is that Big Splash? Was that the name? Yeah, Big Splash. 4-1 morning line. Got bad. It was almost down to, I think it was 5-2, and now it's jumped back up to 3-1.
I've got the TVG feed on there at the it's the Eugenics commercial time.
You think Justin says you think the pick 3 here?
I wouldn't be surprised. I think the next race is
I singled here though. So if I was to, I guess I'd just add that, and then I spread here. I thought that this race I thought could produce a price, so I don't disagree with you. I cut the 4, I think was the favorite. Yeah, the morning line favorite.
Yeah, I think you did too.
I didn't look at this 6 race because we only covered the first 5 races, but the 1, that horse only third. This race is wide open. I mean, look at all these horses.
I mean,
25%, 23%, 14, 13.
I mean, the 7 horse 15-1 is 13%.
Yeah, those are the clustered win percentages that Oli and I talk about a lot of the times, and those are the races that are a little bit more difficult to figure out. But if I'm cutting on clustered win percentages like that, I'm cutting on the top, not from the bottom, because your value is at the bottom, not at the top. And if you love the 10 and the 6, 25 and 23, you're getting like almost 50% of the field. Then just use those 2 and try and pound somewhere else.
could
All
see a
right.
price here, Justin. I wouldn't be surprised. The 10, though, JJ is riding from Miotti. They hit pretty big. So you're going to have to, the 5 going to have to win here, though. It would be, the 1 or the 6 win. It's not going to pay much. Yeah, it's a good point, Bill. It's a competitive race. So I agree.
And if you're listening or commenting and you don't mind the monthly subscription renewal, hit the like button. That's going to be a hard one for me to let go. All right, they're slowly making their way up there.
All right, they're approaching you all. I'm single to the 1. I do agree. I think the 5 has a shot here. Could run a good race, not getting a lot of love. The 6, the Jonathan Wong, first off, a big layoff. I think it's going to be tough, though. I think the 1's got a lot of speed. If the 3 presses the 1, though, the 2 is the one taking some money, but I think the 5 is the play over the 2 for me.
I have a couple verticals here. Let's see, where did I end up with those? 2 with 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 4, and a crazy 2, 5, 2, 5, 1, 3, 4 super. Just in case your one runs a little leg weary at the end.
Scott,
They're at the
he
gate.
he
It's
moved
post time
his
for the fourth.
Operation predominantly to
Beginning of the Rainbow
Kentucky.
6, 236,000 in the pool and growing.
He's still going to raise horses in California, but he's really based out of Kentucky now. So that's why you're seeing him at Keeneland.
Yeah, and for now the Calbreds are staying in. The Calbred mares are staying
Quick
in
intro.
California.
Son of a
I
fish.
see Redham put his farm up for sale too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in California.
In the gate. And they're off. Curly Issa got the first call, but it's Divine Rascal coming through on the inside to take the lead. Quick intro up close in the early going, just a neck back second. Curly Issa, Crixus Flash on the outside. Those two moving swiftly after front running Divine Rascal to take second and third. Big Splash is right up with them as well, moving up on the inside. And at the back of the field is Son of a Finch. Divine Rascal maintains the lead with Pursuit. On the inside from Big Splash, Curly Issa now into second by himself. Crixus Flash is in fourth, 3 lengths off the leader, followed by Quick Intro and Son of a Finch. Less than 3/8 to travel. Divine Rascal at the rail. Curly Issa pressing hard. 3 more. Big Splash clearly
Nobody's
third.
coming,
Crixus
which
Flash
is kind of
dropping a little back and
surprising, but the
forth.
4 is
Then
sitting
comes Quick Intro
beautiful
and
trip.
Son of a Finch. It's Curly Issa, who's very sharp today on the outside. And at the rail, Divine Rascal.
Come on,
These
one
two
happy
arrive at
game.
the 8th pole together. Divine Rascal fights back on the inside of Curly Issa. 4 back to Big Splash in third.
game.
It's Curly Issa just in front at the 16th pole. Divine Rascal keeps fighting doggedly, and Big Splash gathering momentum. A driving finish for the wire, and Curly Issa prevails.
Wow.
Narrowly. Divine Rascal fought him and didn't want to.
Brutal.
That's no bueno. Pound sand. The 6 was no bueno there as expected, but the 4-horse beats my single. That was a bummer. The 1 was game, but loses by a nose.
Son of a bitch. Hey, oldie, what's going on, buddy? No audio, but sitting at ESPN waiting for my daughter's next team in a couple hours.
4 wins at 12-1. Wow. Curly Issa, 11% though. Has 1 win in 15 tries. That's the worst. They won a 40, right? And then I don't know. That's a bummer. Oaklawn race 9, and then we got Keeneland race 10. And then I don't know what we have after that. We'll hang for a little bit more. We'll have a little bit of a short show today, y'all, just since we started late. But Keeneland, last race of the meet, Chris. What do you think here? I thought this was a tough race, to be honest. The 9-horse EquinEdge long shots, 23-1. I thought Saez on the 7 was interesting, but this horse taking. I don't think I'd bet this horse at 7-2. I did not think the 3-horse was a lock. You see somebody like the 13 Spy Novel, only 1% though, and it shows up there in a second EquinEdge pick as well.
Yeah, let me look at my notes here. I think I liked the 8 here. Wesley Ward, there you go. Not going to get any prices there.
He scratched. 8 scratched.
Okay.
Fearless Soldier. That was the Irad Wesley Ward horse.
Yeah, I was just looking at Oaklawn. They got their 9th race going off here in a few.
I thought the 6 was interesting, y'all. The only problem with that is James Graham is riding. And James Graham already won a race today at Keeneland, which is a rarity. And I don't know how he's going to win 2 races, but maybe this is his day. This horse is the top GSR in morning line, 7-1 off a 12-1 normal morning line. So, I thought this horse was interesting, but, from a jockey perspective, that was my concern.
Yeah, you're right. When they already won 1, it gets a little nerve-wracking.
I mean, anything can happen, though. I mean,
it could be worse if you could have Julian on the horse.
he wins more races at Keeneland, though, than James Graham.
Yeah, this is true. You're not wrong there. But who else? What else looked good at Keeneland in the last race?
5-horse. I know I heard people talking about this horse, but I didn't really see it. I mean, the GSR was dropping. It did win last out, but I don't know. It really wasn't for me. It's 10%. I thought you think 2 Buffalo, Mike, Midnight Rising. I mean, that horse is taking money. I mean, from that perspective. It's only 2% though. It was 4% last out and ran 4th in a 64 on the Tapeta. Gets to the turf for the first time.
The 4 scratched, didn't it?
No, the 4's still there. 43-1. Tiger Paw.
Ray Lou for Michael Ivorone. That's a winner's circle extravaganza picture there. You see what that guy wears?
No, I've never seen him. Where is he at? Is he? I have the feed up.
Oh, just go. You go to Instagram and look up his Instagram. This is the guy that was. He had that IEH stables, and they bought into Big Brown, and now this guy dresses like a WWE type dude.
I'm looking in the paddock right now to try to find him.
He's got an entourage, that's for sure. You won't be able to miss him. I mean,
well, Keeneland, they used to have. They don't have the numbers on the tree. It's just like a little Keeneland horse thing. I figured they'd have the numbers there. They totally changed the paddocks. I was there with Oldie, and they used to have the paddock, right? They had the 8 different circles or whatever. So now they got the traditional paddock. There's a lot of people in the paddock. He's probably there somewhere.
Well, you will instantly be able to find him. First of all, he's super tan, and he usually wears a lot of Mr. T style chains as well.
I gotta spot this guy. So this is the guy who owns the 4. Tiger Paw don't have a shot. I think, is it Dundon or Dundon? I mean, it did. I mean, look. I mean, this was a nice horse. It broke its maiden in a 64 SOR, and then a 68 in a grade 3. It doesn't run, and then it's second off the layoff. I mean, I think this horse is insanely live, and obviously, this horse is down to 7-2. So it's the second favorite, I'm guessing, at the moment. It is. So oh, he always, Jotham always has he always has big sunglasses.
Oh, that too, yeah.
He's got to be there. I mean, this is closing day, and he got a horse racing. His horse only 1%, though. I don't see him yet, but.
How do you spell his last name? Pull it up real quick.
Iavarone. Is it Ivarone, not Lavarone?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's the 4, but I don't need, that's just the groom. You don't see the connections anywhere. Five horse looks good though. 5 horse taking money down to 6-1 from a 10-1 morning line.
Okay, Justin, I just sent it to you privately in the one-up chat. Just put that link, pull that link up. Oh my God. Oh, this guy cracks me up.
And has this guy been around horse racing a while?
He's been around since the Big Brown days.
Loving on his toes.
12 horse, pretty horse.
Oh my goodness, I'm seeing this guy right now.
Allowance for 3-year-olds at 1 mile over the turf listed good. The rail at 10 feet. Scratched the 8, Fearless Soldier. Number 8, Fearless Soldier scratched. A reminder, number 13, Spy Novel draws into the race. Jockey Iran Keys Jr.
Oh, he not at the race today. He was hanging out at the beach on his Instagram.
1 pound over, 10, like 1 pound over, and 12. Good.
That tell you all you need to know about the horse. He's not even watching it.
Dollars in the carryover for the Toyota.
So who are you going with here, Justin, in Keeneland race 10? Who's the winner?
Blue Smoke. You refuse to do work anymore. I like it. It's Friday, man. I mean, Anthony, he hasn't won many races, so he's trying to do everything possible to make a few bucks, I'm guessing, man. You know, I wasn't in love with the 3. It's 25%. I don't love that at 5-2. I mean, I get Turf King, second time out, Chad Brown, Gaff. He closes the meet, like could get the win, but I wasn't loving it. I think the 11 post, the Wesley Ward, this horse is working big time. It's a Ward. The problem is that is a briggity brutal post out there. So that makes it tough. You know, the 1, I'm not a huge fan of the 1. It is 11% at 48-1, but I was looking at the 7 and 6 and you know, I landed on the 7. Probably is my top pick, mainly because I didn't think James Graham could win 2 races in a day at Keeneland for Laver. But maybe I shouldn't be so hard on James Graham, and maybe he'll pull out a miracle and win his second race today.
Well, I'm guessing that if you notice that EquinEdge is saying that the turf course is now yielding. So
it says good on the in-house feed though.
Okay, so Keeneland's pulling, EquinEdge is pulling that from Equibase. So Equibase is probably saying it's yielding, but that typically doesn't bode well for horses that are trying to come from way off the base. Right?
Yeah, that's gonna make it tough for the 7. You're right, and the 3 as well, and the 6. They're all gonna be coming late. Although I think 12 is gonna have to send. I mean, Jose is sending on the 12 for sure from that post. So the 1's fast. Bezichica. Is that how you pronounce that guy's name? Bezeska?
Yeah, something like that.
Adam Possess. I don't know how to pronounce it, y'all. But this horse can't go too fast. They're gonna go too fast. The 4 can't run, so I'm going like this. I mean, the 11, the Ward's like not taking money, but gets Velasquez to ride. The 9, I mean, this horse could sit a great trip, man. Paulo Lobo.
Yeah, and another one, first time Lasix. The 1, the 12, the 9, and the 6 are all first time Lasix.
I mean, maybe it will end the meet with the EquinEdge long shot.
I'm going with the 9. Why not? The 1 does intrigue me a little bit, but 50 to 1. Oof.
I'm surprised that horse is 10%, man. The problem I have is I think Jose can ascend the 12. I think they'll go too fast. I just don't see it. This horse is going to be out there kind of winging it, like even on a yielding course. Like I think somebody going to sit the trip and come off. I don't know why Spy Novel 1%, but and I wonder who's riding Spy Novel, because Irad's riding the 13.
Huh, good luck.
That's why somebody was saying he hung around. Interesting. You hope the 5 or the 1, Angel? No 9? I think the 1 gonna be tough, man. But that horse is 11% at 53 to 1. I mean, that is wild. Horse isn't bred that well, but gonna show speed.
I like a 7-9-1 exacta.
I just can't believe that horse 53 to 1. Oh, longest shot on the board. I mean, that's pretty insane.
Very much so.
Main race here at Keeneland was 126 to 1 in the Grade 3 Transylvania. So then they come back here and the horse goes from 1 to 11%. Nice little horse. Lightly raced, 3-year-old. Just not gonna. I don't think it's gonna get a good trip there on the rail. But I bet this horse might run a good race.
I think so too. I think what could happen here, like you were saying, is I think the outside posts are going to go, and he could just take up and get a good little trip and sneak through on the rail when everybody goes wide, turning from home. At least that was my thought. Sometimes those thoughts work out. Sometimes they don't. You gonna play some Remington tonight, or you got plans?
I'll probably play a little bit. We're gonna Kraken. Anybody a Kraken fan? Trying to beat the Colorado Avalanche tonight. Got the Dubs are playing Sacramento, so we'll of course be watching that. Since we don't have a basketball team in Seattle.
Yeah,
I'm a Golden State fan. I think it'll be a good game tonight, I would say.
I think so. Those games are a little late for me on the East Coast, but I think there's a Rays baseball game. By the way, shout out to the Rays. 20 wins, 5 losses, kicking ass.
They're playing good, man. It's pretty cool to see.
I'm going to the game next Thursday. They play the White Sox again, 1:00, the getaway game. You can't beat the $10 tickets there. wife and I can get in and out of there with tickets, parking, beer, soda, something to eat for like $60.
Wow, that's pretty wild.
It is.
All right. They are loading. They're about to go. James Graham, one of the last ones in, going to try to win 2 on the day. On the 6th, the absolute EquinEdge bomber, 58-1 currently.
They are at the post.
59.
Got out okay.
Oh, visitor from the inside. Tiger Paw in between horses now moves forward, and Tiger Paw comes forward. Laver will go second. Ipsos third up on the outside as they head to the first turn. Wyco comes away running in the 4th position. Ipsos keeps moving up, going to be wide, but determined to move forward from that 3rd spot around the first turn. Tiger Paw has the lead, though, against the rail. Leads at a length. Laver goes second, and then Ipsos a wide 3rd. Mo Visitor is 4th. Turf King is 5th in between horses. Wyco wide, 3 lanes off the rail, and 6th around the first turn. Good Heart, 7th in between horses. Moonstrike is 8th. Spy Novel is in 9th. Midnight Rising 10th. More Than Looks a wide 11th. Dunedin 12th. In between horses at the back. Opening quarter 23.98 seconds. Tiger Paw against the rail. Leads at 3/4 of a length. Laver goes second a length. Mo Visitor 3rd by just ahead. Joined by Ipsos 4th on the outside. Turf King is still traveling in the 5th position after an opening half mile in 48.95 seconds. Good Heart starts moving up the rail in 6th, still running 7 from the front. Wyco going to be wide again to the far turn.
Come on, one.
6th spot now, but still 6 lengths from the lead, and Tiger Paw still leads the race. Leads it by just a length.
Stopped.
Mo Visitor toward the inside.
Almost had a horse, I thought.
Turf King is 4th against the rail, still 3 lengths off the lead. Had to check there, got in some traffic. Wyco goes wide. Spy Novel is trying to work through some traffic, 5 lengths from the lead. Spy Novel and Wyco moving from the
Irad gonna win the last.
Turf King trying to rally back up the inside. Tiger Paw, Turf King, Wyco.
Wow, there's the 5.
Here's More Than Looks. Turf King has the lead. More Than Looks is alongside. Turf King, More Than Looks.
Oh, the 3-1.
To wrap up the Keeneland Spring Meet. 130.
Yep.
You don't see that very often.
Not on the inside, no.
The 3-horse did not go. The 5 tried to go by. I don't even know if the 5 ever actually got by, but yeah, Vladimir, the 6 ran a good race, but they went they didn't go all that fast, I guess, but that was really wild. The 5 looked like it was going to pass, and the 3 was like, I don't think so.
Yeah, the 1 like gave us a quick little flash, and then once he had to start scrubbing, you knew he was in trouble.
Oh, I didn't see that. That was a tough race. 3 for sure won, though.
Bill, it's all relevant to where you live, regarding the 5 p.m. start time.
Turf King, good ride. Was that? I think that was Gaffleon for Chad Brown, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, we got the 1 finished 5th. Santa Anita race 5.
Yeah, it's a doozy.
This was a bummer. My 1 horse, did somehow maybe something happened to the 4? No, 4 still won. $27.
Yeah.
The early pick 5, I'm guessing, is gonna pay really, really well. You had a $14 winner, a $13 winner, a $22 winner, and a $27 winner.
Mm-hmm.
Pick
And then
5s are
wow, man. There's a pool scooper in the 3.
Wow.
Oops, the pool. I mean, the will pays on this stuff. The 4 is the favorite at $5,700, which I don't even think that horse needs to win. The 6 horse in the pick 5 paying $14,000 if anybody's alive. Good luck.
It's giving me.
I didn't like the 2, the 3, the 4.
The 1's taking a bunch of money as a first-time starter. I thought the 6, Moon Ice, really interesting, but this horse has burned money. Is 0 for 5. Burned money is the fave a bunch. I thought the 9 was, for me, was probably one of the most interesting, barely functional. Third off the layoff, but, this horse is going to be sneaky. I don't know who this trainer is, Antonio Garcia. But had been outworking the 7 horse, who's the EquinEdge long shot. The 11 scratched. 9 horse though, look at that. I mean, ran a stakes race at Santa Anita on the dirt, gets back to the turf here. Ran second in a 44. So horses, I thought a little bit interesting. I don't think Moon Ice has to win. Obviously, the 4 is going to be a lukewarm favorite, whoever it is, probably Chris.
I think so. I mean, the 10, 5, and the 7 are the top 3 first-time starter GSRs. The 10 is the same GSR as the 6 and the 9, but on the outside a little bit. Looks like we'll be coming off the pace. The 6 and the 4 are probably up front, right? With the 9 sitting off them.
Yeah, I think the 9 they're not coming down the hill. It's just the normal turf course. So, yeah, I mean, this 26%. I mean, I think this horse is really sneaky, to be honest, because they knew they had something here, so they put this horse in this stakes race for state bred, and is like, okay, well, we should go back to maiden special. So, is 26% to win. So, the 4 is only 18% as a first-time starter. But I think to your point, I mean, GSR is all about the 6, 9, and 10.
Mm-hmm.
5 horse, first-time starter. Victor rides for Carla Gaines.
The 10 and the 8 both have 3-star works.
Mm-hmm.
Barrios worked the horse for Mullins.
Yeah,
I don't know if
they hit at 28% on the turf.
Jeff started taking the he's a bodybuilder now.
Jeff Mullins?
Yeah.
You need the 1, Blue. The 1. Get the gold. The horse is taking a ton of money, man. I mean, as a first-time starter, that's pretty wild. The horse was 12-1, is bet down to 9-2 with no real scratches. So somebody knows something.
They come out of
I
that
said it had
pretty.
a nice 2-star work, so the horse is obviously working well. Yeah, Bill, it is. I mean, it's all the way down to 5-1 now. So,
all right, folks, smash the like button here. I think this will be our last race of the day. I'm on the
9. Probably on the 9. 26% to win. I think this horse getting back to the turf is going to be good. It's a big, big, big drop in class.
I'm going to go 6, 9, 10 here on the exacta box.
Six horse, yeah. I mean, Sadler, JJ, the horse has burned a little bit of money, but fits here, But think about it in these state breds, man. It's like, I don't like, that's my only thing on the 6, but it can win. It's 60% or it's 30%. I don't know who this trainer is though on the 9, but that was my only kind of concern. But Gutierrez rides for him, and he only hits at 4%, but he hits at almost 10% with Mario. So I'm like, well, today's the day for Mario to get the win.
Seems like Mario's got this guy's only wins.
It might be, man. Where are they at? They on the course? Oh, 1 minute. All right.
draw the rail, which I don't particularly like going 6 furlongs.
I'll be back for the sign off.
All
right.
He is a fast 4-year-old gelding, and he's got some age to him as well. I still, at this time of year, give a little bit of an edge to the older horses over the 3-year-olds in here. One quick note on Barely Functional. If you watch the replay of his last start, how Mario Gutierrez stayed on, it was quite impressive. He did stumble really badly from that inside post position. And you heard from Antonio Garcia, very encouraging that he's got a good turn of foot. So let's hope we get to see that this afternoon. Here's race number 5. Frank Miramati will have the call.
I couldn't get on the 4 Blue. I mean, first time starter, its works are fine. I mean, I had a work report. The work report or the works look better here than what the work report suggested was my concern. I just can't get on these horses, Blue.
The horses are at the starting gate. It's post time for the beginning of the late.
I mean, the system says we should be getting 9-1, and we're only getting 5-2, and it's only 18%. And then you have a horse that burns money here, so I could see it. It is top EquinEdge pick, but I struggled, man, because of the morning line. There's no way for me. That's too low. You too. Good luck, Coach.
All right. Got the sound going?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Oak Show next week, next Friday.
Last one to
Isn't
load
that
will
right,
be
Justin?
California Tiger.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what. We'll probably start early. I took work off, so.
Ah, good.
We're in the gate. And they're off. Moon Ice began well. Here comes Grand Tiger, who's very quick. And Grand Tiger sprints clear, has it by 2.5 lengths early on. Moon Ice in second. And then comes Barely Functional third. A gap of 3 back to California Tiger, who's fourth past the half-mile pole. Down at the rail, Get the Gold is next. And then comes Tito's with a twist, racing in between horses, about 5 lengths off the lead. It's a gap of a half dozen or so back to California Bay, who makes some progress inside Big Attitude. Then comes Stylishly Acclaimed.
JJ about to say
to Red and Ready at the back of a very strung out field. They're approaching the quarter pole. It's Grand Tiger, Moon Ice, and neck back second. Barely Functional. Get the Golden striking range.
Come on,
4
9.
lengths off the lead.
Come on, 6-9.
Tito's with a twist
9-6.
inside California Tiger. Barely
Yeah,
Functional.
9.
Kicking into
Oh,
high gear
green.
on the outside of Moon Ice at the 8th
Keep
pole.
going.
At the rail, Grand
Oh,
Tiger
he's
fighting on
stop.
willingly.
Lugging
Barely
in.
Functional just needs to straighten up late and does so now. And Barely Functional
Nice.
cruising.
Boom.
The victory is 3/4 of a length,
Boom.
but he was
I pounded that exactly.
Nice. I just bet the 9 to win. It's
I had
always
the 9
good.
to win too.
It's always good to bet a winner at the end.
Yeah.
Coach, you had all nicely done. My pick 4 would have paid okay, but it is not alive, so it doesn't matter. But it's always good to end in a winner. 9 horse. That's very. What did it go off at? 5-1. Wow.
Uh-huh.
You know that
Okay,
is
that's
sneaky. This horse, you knew they had the goods here though to put that horse in a stakes race like that. So,
Ooh,
All right, y'all.
24 to 1 on
thanks,
the
Bill.
exacta.
yeah, the 6 ended up going off at 7-2. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
All right,
Oak Show
guys.
next week. We will do Oak Show. It's going to be a good one. Probably a lot of the day, y'all. So we'll be around. Keeneland's done. So back to
Kentucky Derby, and then we'll be into the summer into Belmont and Pimlico and the whole thing, man. It'll be good, Chris.
Churchill Downs starts tomorrow.
Oh, it does?
Mm-hmm.
I need to. I'm playing in that Golden Gate tournament tomorrow. I got a handicap Golden Gate tonight. That's my priority. So, Robert,
Good luck on that.
We appreciate the comments. I think we all know.
Thank you for letting us know about subscription membership. But yeah, thank you, everybody. We appreciate you, Jotham. We didn't look at one, just because the beginning of the card was like meh. So. And we started
short
late.
fields.
Yeah,
short fields are the golden hours tonight too.
I agree. So it was a pleasure, everybody. I know it was a shorter show. We started a little bit late, but we got extra long next Friday. Oaks Day, Chris. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for filling in. I appreciate having you on.
Justin.
Good luck tonight. If you play Remington, I'll be texting you. I'll probably play a little bit. So.
Yep, we'll see you guys in the chat. Justin, always great to be here with you. We'll see what goes on next week on the Oaks Day, and everybody else have a good weekend.
All right. Thanks, everybody. See you, Jotham. Thanks, buddy. Have a good weekend.
Hit the like button.